Hello, I'm Tim Wilcox. Our top story on Impact today. India's monsoon season hits hard. Kerala is at a standstill. The worst rains across the state for more than a century take their toll. Indian officials now say more than 300 people have died, many crushed by landslides after days of heavy rainfall. There's more rain to come. After years of campaigning, Imran Khan has been elected Pakistan's next leader by the country's parliament. He'll be officially sworn in tomorrow. And reports of more staff unease at Google about the company's apparent willingness to abide by China's strict censorship laws. It's all coming up here on Impact. Welcome to the programme. The authorities in India say the number of people killed in the current monsoon season has now reached more than 930. One of the worst hit areas is Kerala state in the southwest. That's said to be experiencing its heaviest rainy season in a century. At least 324 people have died there, many of them crushed by landslides. Many thousands more are still believed to be marooned by the floodwaters. More heavy rain is predicted. 60,000 people in Kerala are in refugee camps. The government said it was stepping up relief efforts. With the latest, the BBC's Yogita Lamai reports.
The only route out of a flooded home. This child is among several people that have been airlifted in Kerala. Dozens of helicopters are pulling out as many as they can. Those who can are walking miles to safety. But beyond this surging water, there are tens of thousands who are still stuck, waiting to be rescued. The monsoon always brings heavy rainfall to Kerala. But locals say this year is different.
After 36 years, it's the first time that such flooding is happening here. It's a disaster for the whole population.
Shelters have been set up wherever possible. Locals are volunteering, cooking food and distributing supplies to people who've been left homeless. Cochin Airport, the busiest in Kerala, is unrecognizable. Its runway resembles a river. Rescue teams are being dispatched from other airports.
These teams are engaged in basically rescue and evacuation works, medical first response, then they are tackling the situations arising out of landslides, building collapse, and also assisting the state administration distributing relief materials over there.
River levels are rising. The government has been forced to open dam gates. And there's more rainfall expected in the coming days. Yogita Lamai, BBC News, Mumbai.
Final tributes ahead of the funeral of India's former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who's died at the age of 93. Hello, welcome to Al Jazeera, live from Doha. I'm Martine Dennis. Also coming up,
we're committed to a whole-of-government effort to change the Iranian regime's behavior.
a new approach. The US announces a plan to deal with Iran after withdrawing from the 2015 nuclear deal. Italy turns its attention to fears over its aging infrastructure following the Genoa bridge collapse. Concerns over the quality of air in Indonesia's capital as the country prepares for the opening of the Asian Games. The Indian state of Kerala is facing an extremely grave crisis. That's according to its chief minister, as monsoon rains batter the region. At least 160 people have been killed. The damage has been described as the worst in almost a century. Bernard Smith has the latest.
Hundreds of soldiers have been sent to Kerala to lead the rescue effort. Thousands of people are stranded across the southern Indian state. At least 220,000 people have sought refuge in relief camps. Hundreds of homes have been swallowed by floodwater. North and central Kerala have been worst hit by the floods, but the entire state is on red alert as heavy rain is predicted for several days.
In view of a fresh spell of floods inundating other vast areas, we have deployed our forces over there in 7 districts.
The government says 10,000 kilometres of Kerala's roads have been destroyed. The international airport is flooded and had been temporarily closed. Monsoon rains are a fact of life in India, but these are the heaviest since 1924. Millions of dollars worth of crops have been washed away. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi says he's praying for the safety and well-being of the people of Kerala. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera.
This is Sky News at 12, the headlines. People have died in floods in India. More than 200,000 people have been forced into relief camps in the southern state of Kerala. And more heavy rain is expected to push water levels even higher. Well, our reporter Neville Lazarus is in Delhi for us. What's the situation like there at the moment, Neville?
Well, it's been one of the worst floods they've had in a century. 167 people have died in the last 10 days, 100 before that, since the monsoon hit the state of Kerala at the end of May. And as you mentioned, 223,000 people left homeless. They all been lifted to about 1,550 relief camps across the state. But the water is not relenting. There's been heavy rains, and it's predicted it is going to rain in the next 2 days, though it's a bit slightly lesser intensity, but yet it is. And the Chief Minister's office has put the whole state on red alert, except for one of the districts. The southwest monsoon showers in the state has caused all the dams, 37 out of 42 of the dams, to run above the danger level mark, and that's the reason they had to let some of the water flow out of those dams and reservoirs for it to flood into, to get into the rivers, and that has flooded most of Kerala. There's been a lot of reports of people being marooned and sort of in remote places where relief material hasn't yet reached. Hundreds of troops of the Army, Navy and the Air Force and other paramilitary forces have gone in and tried to bring rescue and relief to these people. But at the moment, it is becoming very difficult because most of the roads and rail networks have been damaged, and also some of the airports have been closed down. And because it's going to rain for the next 2 days, very little relief is going to take place for most of the people who are in the remotest parts of the state.
OK, Neville, thank you.